Hey everybody, so this is going to be the Sword and Shield booster box and card market update video for the month of August 2024. Starting off with Sword and Shield base, looks pretty flat on the month. If we look at most recent sales, you have one August 4th for $287. Before then, July 10th, there was one for $345. So those are most recent sales. It does seem like it's around a $300 box. You're obviously going to have some higher, some lower. Depending on where you're buying as well. But eBay, I did look. It's around there, so it's not super important, but it's about a $300 box, give or take, depending on the day. Rebel Clash booster box up a couple percentage points according to TCG Player, around $218. Most recent sales: August 12th, $234.45, August 10th, $224.29, and then August 5th, $208.94. So most recent sales put it towards 220, 230, which is, fairly in line with TCG Player's graph. So nothing too major there, but up a couple percentage points. That's good to see. Darkness Ablaze down half a percentage point on the month, sitting around $149.94, so about $150. And then most recent sales today, August 14th, $156.89, August 12th, $146.95, and August 8th, $156.94, and then $155 a couple days before that. So still around $150 box as well for Darkness Ablaze. Vivid Voltage down a few percentage points, 3.71% down, $133, $134 around that. Most recent sales, one from today, $135 essentially. Yesterday, $143, and then yesterday as well, $135. So there you go. Battle Styles down 5 percentage points on the month, $126. Most recent sales here, $128.90, $128. That was from today and yesterday. Yesterday as well, $128. August 12th, $145. So it's kind of a bit of an outlier looking at this data. So around $130 for Battle Styles. Chilling Reign next up 0.63% on the month to $217.07. Most recent sales from yesterday, $209.99, and then August 11th, $200. August 10th, $228.89. And the day before that, $200. So it's ranging between $200 and $230 on TCG Player, but more towards a $210, mark. And I think that one outlier is kind of pushing up a bit. So $210, $215 for Chilling Reign right now. Evolving Skies is up 2.98% on the month. It does say that it's under $700, still at $687.62. If we look at most recent sales, one today actually for $1,000 on TCG Player. I don't know how accurate that is. As well, $690, $725. Yesterday there was one for $710. The day before that there was two boxes that sold for $750. The day before that, one for $700. So most recent sales are over $700 for the most part, and that's definitely a good sign for Evolving Skies. Fusion Strike down 2.77% on the month, sitting around $236, $237. Most recent sales, August 11th, $235, August 9th, $237.22, and then before that, August 8th, we had a couple sales for $244.95. So, somewhere between $230 and $240 for Fusion Strike, not doing too much movement there. Brilliant Stars up 0.44% to $181.14. Most recent sales. Yesterday there's one for $178.53, and actually a few sales for $178.53. For then, August 9th, we had one at $183 and $170. For that, again, we had one for $204.95. So, it really is in that 180-ish range right now. A couple outliers. Astral Radiance down 3.7% on the month, around $167. Most recent sales yesterday, $160 and $170. Another $170, and a couple days before that, $170. So $170 box right there. Lost Origin is making a move back up again. That's definitely good to see. Up 9% on the month, $213.26. And most recent sales, $230 a couple days ago. $200, but this might just be sleep. No, that is a booster box for $200 as well. Stand corrected. $216.90, $216.90, $230. So, somewhere between $215 and $220, something like that. We can call it for Lost Origin. And finally, Silver Tempest pretty flat on the month, $164.83 there. Most recent sales, $166, $166, $166. So, that's been over the past couple days. There was one outlier at $180 essentially a few days ago, and before that we had a couple outliers to the bottom side of that at $156. So $165, $170 box on Silver Tempest there. Just before we look at the cards, just wanted to say 76.2% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you're getting value out of this content, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. Now we're going to look at some of these cards. That's just my search engine. So Pikachu VMAX is the first card I wanted to look at. Down 3.84% on the month. If we look at the 3-month chart, it is up. Obviously, this card did have a big move, like a lot of the alt arts. Up, still 16% basically over the past 6 months. But yeah, recently it hit its high around 128, I believe, and now it's down to around 118. Most recent sales, you have a 116 sale here from a few days ago, a 114, a 117. So it's in that range. The Tyranitar from Battle Styles, this card is actually still moving up 5.52% on the month, up to around $110. Most recent sales, one today, 133.70. One a couple days ago, 144. Then we had one that was lightly played at 106. Then we had a 120. So most recent sales are actually putting this above 110, I would say for sure. So keep an eye on this card moving into September and October. Next up, we have the Blaziken from Chilling Reign. This was over $400 at one point and has just been getting absolutely crushed, destroyed from its high all the way down. And yeah, I mean, on this month it's down 13.31%. Most recent sales of this card, $280, $268, $275, $275. So this card has lost over $100 in value, down over 25% from its peak. The Umbreon VMAX, this card is fairly flat, but again, I don't think this graph is super accurate, so we're going to look at most recent sales. Obviously, this was a $1,000 card at its peak, now selling for around $805. But it's kind of all over the place, right? So you had an outlier here at 946, then you have one at 739, one at 800, one at 900 again. So, obviously it does fluctuate depending on what's on the market, but somewhere between $800 and $900. So I think this graph is fairly accurate. The Rayquaza, obviously this thing had a very high peak as well, up over $500. It's now sitting, 380, 385. Most recent sales though, 445. That was from today. And that was lightly played, apparently. A near mint for 420, another near mint for 417. So, it is trading between the high threes and 420, something like that. The Leafeon as well. Obviously, a lot of these cards did take a hit. We've talked about this from their peaks. They have come down. Most recent sales here from a few days ago, 291. Then you had a 286, a 285. So, 285, 290, something like that. The Gengar, this one's up a couple percentage points. Surprisingly, this one obviously took a big hit, but is recovering slowly. $295, $311.75, $314.99, $314.95. That's been over the past couple days as well. Espeon, this one took a massive hit. Espeon was up to around $350 at one point and has just been getting absolutely crushed from its high, down 18.75% on the month. And most recent sales, moderately played one sold for $127.81 and near mints for $220, $240, $220 again. Then we have the Charizard from Brilliant Stars. This one is down 21.5% on the month as well. This one's been absolutely crushed, down to the mid 120s. Most recent sale from today at near mint holofoil. Yesterday 127, 123, 81, and then the day before that 128. So it is in that 120, 130 range. Machamp from Astral Radiant, same thing. This one, from its peak is down about 15, 18%, something like that. 154.95 is the high sale price, but we're not really seeing that. Near mint holofoil today, 120. That is today as well, 113.01. Let's see, another one, 110.50. Is that Japanese? No, that is the English version. And the past couple days, 125, 130. You've had some moderately played ones sell a bit cheaper than that in the 80s and 90s. And then we have a couple more cards to look at. The Giratina is down 4.47% on the month. Kind of surprising, the booster box is going back up. Giratina is still going down, whatever. And most recent sales from today, 355, 372.98. That was yesterday. 377.65 from the day before that, and 377.99. So most recent sales putting this around $370. And then finally, the Lugia V from Silver Tempest, down a couple percentage points, actually more than that, rather 6.98% on the month. It does seem like it's recovering a little bit. Most recent sales, $180, $180, $190, $190. So, 185, maybe it's a bit higher than what this graph says. definitely not near its peak of $225, $230. That's all I got for you guys this month. I'd say the big movers definitely are the Tyranitar V from Battle Styles, still slowly trekking up. The Gengar is slightly moving up. And then I think we just keep our eyes on Evolving Skies. Obviously, Lost Origin made a much larger move, but I think the graph is a bit behind for Evolving Skies, and obviously the price difference. So keep an eye on Evolving Skies. It's going to be interesting to see if this moves towards the 850 mark by the end of the year. I do think that's going to happen. I still don't think it's going to reach $1,000, but it's good to see that this box is slowly moving up now. So that's all I got for you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you're picking any of this up. Hopefully you all are doing really well just in life in general. You're enjoying summer, wherever you are in the world. And thank you so much for watching. Stay safe wherever you are as well. And I'll catch you in the next one.